In this video, I'm gonna show you how to replace the rear brakes on your Nissan Armada. Located behind the rear wheels, let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, go ahead and remove the lug nuts. If you have issues removing the tire, what you can do is just put one lug nut back in, no matter which one you put in. Don't put it all the way, of course. And I'm gonna be using a mallet, and I'm gonna be hitting the tire from the inside. Remove the lug nut that we previously installed. And now we can go ahead and remove the tire. Moving to the back of the caliper, we're gonna go ahead and decompress the piston. But before we do so, we wanna go ahead and use a brake bottle. We're gonna go ahead and connect these to the brake bleeder. You wanna make sure that you install the bottle lower than the caliper itself. If your brake caliper has a cap on the bleeder, you go ahead and remove it. In this case, I'm using a small flathead. Go ahead and take it off. We're gonna go ahead and use a 10mm wrench. You're gonna put it on the bleeder, install the brake hose, and we're gonna go ahead and crack open the bleeder. Next, I'm gonna use a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to wedge it in between the rotor and the caliper. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put pressure, and you're gonna see fluid come out of it. That means the piston is returning. Remove the flathead. We're going to go ahead and close the valve. It is important that we don't take the hose off before. It could introduce air. Now that it's closed, remove the hose, remove the wrench, and go ahead and install the cap. Go ahead and take off the bleeding bottle, and now we're ready to remove the caliper. Using a 14mm socket, we're gonna go ahead and remove both of the caliper pin bolts. Go ahead and crack them loose. And now remove them. Now that you have the bolts off, go ahead and grab onto the caliper. In this case, I'm gonna be using a little hook that I'm gonna put on one of the holes, and I'm gonna go ahead and attach it away from the rotor. Make sure when you do this, you don't put any pressure onto the line to avoid damaging it. Now we can go ahead and remove the caliper bracket. We're gonna be using a 19mm socket, and we're gonna remove these two bolts. Go ahead and crack them loose. And now remove them. Go ahead and remove the bracket. If you have issues removing the bracket, use a flathead screwdriver. You can wedge it underneath and pop it off. Just like that. Next thing, we're gonna be removing the rotor from the hub. We're gonna be using one of the lug nuts. We're gonna go ahead and try to, not all the way, just a little bit, and this is gonna prevent the rotor from coming off and hitting the floor. Using a rubber mallet, I'm gonna go ahead and hit around this area to get it off. Make sure that you do not hit one of the studs. It will cause damage. So go ahead and hit around here just to break it loose. Now that it's loose, we can go ahead and grab the lug nut that we previously installed and take it off. Slide your rotor out. You can wiggle it side to side and get it out. Moving over to the bench, here we have the caliper bracket. We're gonna go ahead and disassemble it to get it prepped for the vehicle. We're gonna start by removing the pads. In this case, I'm gonna be using a rubber mallet. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap them. We're gonna be doing the same on this one. Once you have the pads off, go ahead and remove the Tims. You can simply go ahead and slide them and pop them off. Next up, we're gonna be cleaning out the slides. One thing we wanna make sure, you wanna make sure they move freely. Also, when you pull this out, you wanna go ahead and inspect the boot. Make sure that there's no rips or tears on it. In this case, these look good, so we will be reusing them. Go ahead and slide the pins out. Do the same on this one. Inspect the boot and pull them out. One thing you want to make sure, and the reason why I like to do one by one, if you notice one of them has this rubber boot at the end, you want to make sure you put that on the same one that it came out of. Now go ahead and clean this off. Using some brake parts cleaner, go ahead and spray some on it. Wipe off any old grease. And now we're going to go ahead and add some more. Do not put that much. We just need a little bit. Slide it in. And for this, you just want to pinch it and get any of the air out of the boot. Grab yourself a rag and just wipe off any excess grease that might have come out. We're gonna repeat the same process on this one. The next thing we need to do is clean the surfaces where the Tims contact the bracket. Using a wire brush, we're gonna go ahead and clean off all the debris and the old rust that's on that area. We're gonna be repeating this process on the opposite side. Next up, we're gonna be putting some grease only on the surfaces where the Tims touch the bracket. Make sure you put a little bit, do not put that much. We don't want this getting on the rotor. Do the same on the other side. Go ahead and install the Tims. Slide them in, make sure they clip in place and that they are bottomed out. Do the same on the opposite. Now we can go ahead and head back to the vehicle. Next up, we're gonna clean the hub so we can put the rotor in. We're gonna use a wire brush and we're gonna just get rid of all the debris on this area. Depending on the rust buildup, you might have to do a little longer. Make sure you're cleaning around all the studs. Next up, I'm gonna use some brake parts cleaner and just get rid of all the debris on the hub. Go ahead and wipe it off. Next up, I'm gonna be spraying some never sees onto the hub. And I cut out a little cardboard piece so I don't get spray onto the back of the shoes. I'll go ahead and slide it in, and I'm gonna go ahead and spray some. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and slide the rotor in. And for this, I'm gonna put it backwards just so I can clean the inside. I'm not gonna put it all the way so it doesn't get some of the never sees on. Using some brake parts cleaner, go ahead and spray the inside. Wipe off any excess oils that may be from machining. And we're gonna be doing the same with the outer edge. Go ahead and slide the rotor and put it on the right way. We're gonna be doing the same with this side. Next up, I'm gonna go ahead and use a lock nut, and this is just to hold the rotor in place. I'm gonna go ahead and bottom it out by hand, the rotor in all the way, and just bottom it out. This is just gonna keep it in place so we can finish the installation. Now we can go ahead and slide the bracket in and start the bolts by hand. Go ahead and snug it up. Do not tighten all the way yet. We can go ahead and slide the pads in, and we just want to pay attention. The one that has the squealer, which is right over here, goes in the back of the rotor. So go ahead and slide that in. Do the same on the front one. It should look something like that. We can now install the caliper. Unhook it from the hook that we installed previously. Take it out. And now we can go ahead and slide it in. Install the bolts by hand. And now snug them up. Now we can go ahead and torque the bracket to 116 foot-pounds. Now we can torque down the caliper pin bolts to 20 foot-pounds. And now we can go ahead and reinstall the tire. Now we can go ahead and install the lug nuts by hand. snug everything up in a star pattern. With the vehicle on the ground, we're gonna go ahead and torque the lug nuts to 98 foot-pounds in a star pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.